Good morning and welcome to my dear Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please do take into account that my readings are from the light to shine into darkness that which we don't know may arise. Yeah, this is for the energy of Virgo. The sixth house is open, the house of dedication, devotion, purity, curation, refinement, as well as dignity in terms of method and practice, being able to be also mutable in a way, changeable. We are dealing with the sea of knowledge, the spiritual sea of knowledge, and also refining and trying to find ways to reify certain ideas that may be linked to abstraction, but then also through analysis, reflection, that which we may find to be of pure method. Okay, this is for the energy of Virgo in the mid-month of February 2021. Thank you for tuning in. The Singularity is designed in order to show something that may occur for you in terms of karma or active resonance. Uh, we'll go ahead and pull some cards. There is a mode of action here that is tied directly to the higher echelon um, of air, the ability to see in a mercurial way, in a lifted way, new things, new perspectives, new horizons. There's a sense of glory, as well as just compensation for that which has been waited for. The sun's energy is here. Uh, Not only that, there is a feeling of the agon, which is essentially the angst or the difficulty to find equilibrium, or there is perhaps perfect equilibrium in not self conceit, but self challenges. Okay, challenges of the self. Um, what we are seeing here is an evolution, a movement into a type of precision or a type of truth that comes for the energy of Virgo by embracing something a bit more light in complexion as opposed to the heavy complexion of the hermit. And that is tied to the energy of Mercury. Okay, so there's a sophistication here of thought that comes through either communication that is cold and exacting, or communication that is true and indifferent. Okay, this has to do also with the movement. There's a movement here from the third house to the 11th. Okay, this has to do with communications. Okay, you becoming very much a curator of your communication style, as well as the ability to see skillfully, as well as through the guise of wisdom. Some very, very intense truths here that are becoming very apparent, okay? That have to do with happiness, your sense of happiness, or perhaps um, a rebellious tendency here. Very strong in terms of the star's energy, okay? There's a feeling of organization, um, perhaps new questions coming out of this organization, questions that require your most intense precision, or your most intense truth to come out and make themselves known apparent. Okay, there also is a conflict between divine, well, not be, well, between feminine and masculine. The the sword of La Donna di Spada, as well as the King di Spada, El Rey di Spada. Um, these are the King and the Queen of Swords, and there is some form of the left side, the hidden side, the feminine side, trying to make itself known or expressed in some sort of way, but it's through the shadow. Two truths coming into one, a nullification of these truths, yet there still is an active drive in order to find some sort of healing or reparation within a situation that you may be dealing with, okay? Don't know yet, but we shall discern a bit more. There's a movement here of the emotional body in order to find a sense of empowerment, okay? Could be two different parties here, that you're dealing with someone from the past, someone overbearing, someone powerful in a certain way. They have a degree of fixity towards them as well, fixed fire. As well, there is the energy of you embodying some sort of nurturing aspect towards this situation, nurturing towards a powerful thing or subject, but then being motivated by a future sort of tension, being repelled by this tension, being repelled from the idea of betrayal or the idea of upset. Okay, this has to do also with the mind essentially moving backwards, trying to find a sense and retrace the steps of the major arcana, the major secrets within the flow of the major arcana. But it's retroactive. There's something retroactive to this. What I'm seeing here is also a possibility of you being conflicted in terms of your path, trying to backtrack and instead finding a sense of yourself in terms of an empowerment that can help you to propel forward and to meet something that you have been trying to deny or something that you've been trying to hide in terms of an upset, as I've mentioned. This upset stems from um, some complex here that you may or may not be aware of that has to do with the withdrawal from situations, yet the return to them, and trying to find or discern the truth from them. This is causing a sense of restlessness or perhaps oscillation that is difficult for you to make a peace of mind or an ease of mind. There is a rite of passage here that you have sidestepped, or either you have to walk again. And this is sort of, at least in terms of the mind, pointing to some very difficult difficulties in terms of your commitments, where your hard-earned relationships lie, or where you may feel as if you've been abandoned while trying to move forward and trying to balance things out between different modes of operating. And now it's sort of becoming apparent. Okay, if this is resonant for you, only if there's something here about rebellious quality that has to do with the rebellion against misfortune, or perhaps the rebellion against choices that were available to you and you may have made one, but now there's a regret and you're trying to find a self-empowerment mode from the past that has to do with the energy of Leo, okay? Fixed fire, trying to fix your fire. Right now, there's an activation also of something that energy had to go through. The Emperor's energy had to go through the Tower's energy, as well as the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? What I'm seeing here is perhaps trying to find a sense of stability on the mind, finding different halves to make a whole, and trying to make these complete in a way that is the most sophisticated. But you are being led emotionally in terms of your sense of motherly aspects, what you can harbor, what you can infuse in terms of your creative pursuits are becoming very much important, very, very, very much important. Yet there may be a feeling or a difficulty in trying to understand why things had to fall out with certain situations, why you initially may have rebelled against certain things because they did not possibly meet your merit or meet your standing or understanding. There's now a retracing of these, and the advice is to essentially find a way to essentially rise up in terms of your discernment, to find mental clarity as well, to find the precision in understanding some of the motivations that you or another person may have had in terms of their withdrawal from communication, for example. There is a possibility for you to find clarity there if you embrace some of the more lesser or hidden forms of occult knowledge, of mm, of the feminine side, which is the hidden side of, say, Greek art. There's something about that side that is more passive and subdued, and in this passivity or this subdued quality, a great wealth of knowledge that can help you to move forward intuitively, will help you understand some of the more difficulties that may be approaching. Okay, that is what I have. I do wish you well for the mid month, and I'll see you in March. Thank you, Virgo. Bye bye.